Welcome back, of course, to Stay Daybreak Africa. If you're just joining us, hi, me, Micheal Obagiri. Today, we have a very beautiful topic before us, a kind of topic that is going on and making rounds over the social media, talking about the new Ondo administration, circumstances surrounding the birth of the new house, and expectations. What are we to look forward to? I will looking for the good. Of course, we are expecting the good. We will look forward and see what is coming from the new people that are coming into government. And to do justice to this wonderful topic before us, he is a political analyst in the house, the person of Sam Olorunfemi. A very good morning to you.
I'm not greeting you. Good morning.
I will greet Angela. Good morning and happy New Year.
But I want to say, he has not fulfilled his promise, has he?
Anyways, that one is in the backyard.
Okay.
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. It's a brand new year.
We
did it together last year.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that we are going to have a good relationship once again this year.
Of course.
So thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
It's a pleasure to always have you.
Special Happy New Year to Angela.
Special New Year to you.
Yes, especially to Angela this morning.
Anyways, let's delve into the topic of the day when we talk about the Ondo new administration. We know what happened before the new administration came on board. That shortly after the passing of the former governor, Olorunfemi, may he so rest in peace. Then shortly after that, more like immediately after that, his deputy governor was, put on the baton of leadership to take on, because obviously the seat has been quite vacant. I would call it quite vacant for a while due to the crisis that was in and out of the political sector at the time in Ondo. But what's your take on the new leadership, anyways?
Well, Angela, once again, let me join many Nigerians, the immediate family of former governor of Ondo, Daku, to sympathize with the government of Nigeria, Nigerian Bar Association, Nigerian Governors Forums, the good people of Ondo State, and everybody over the passing of our former governor, Arakumi Oduayo Akeredolu. We never saw this coming, even though the earth EU surrounding the former Mr. Governor, generated a lot of controversies when he was alive. Angela got to a point people were talking about Section 189, whether EU of incapacitation and so on and so forth. But quite unfortunately, when the side news broke, that we lost the man, and it's not new, because this is not the first time, but this is the first time we'll be having in the history of Ondo State, Angela. This is the first time we'll be having a sitting governor that we died in office. We've had former governors. Baba Jashin died after leaving office. Olufalai died after leaving office. Baba Deforati died after leaving office. Agagun died after leaving office. But quite unfortunate, and I think it's making it four in Nigeria that we have a sitting governors that died in office. And we cannot be talking about what happened in the year 2023 in Nigeria, Angela, without mentioning what Ondo State cannot be exceptional what happened in 2023. In 2023 we started with the year of cash crunch, we decided of federal load, failure and so on. We moved into 2020 general election. From there, the year of fuel subsidy removal, the year of labor go on strike and so on and so forth. Then after that, the year of Ondo, River State, blah blah blah, till the end of the year 2023. And we know the provision of the law. Section 181 is very clear under the Constitution that if such thing to happen, that the only thing that can make a deputy governor to become or to assume the office of a governor is when the governor died, resigned, removed, impeached, and so on and so forth. And we could see what happened when the news broke, and it was verified that truly we've lost the man, and the deputy governor, then now the governor of Ondo State, now took over the affairs of the state. I listened to his speech after taking the oath of office. He made mention of something that's quite emotional, Angela, when it was like, this is the first time we'll be having a transition within the government, within the administration. You can have a transition from one administration to another. But this one happened within the administration when the governor died and the deputy had to take over the affairs of the state. You know, people, we can't really say that this is a new administration, but we can say this is a new leadership on board in Ondo State. Because, Angela, when you look at it, because this administration, if you have to look at it very well in line with the constitution, this administration came on board in year 2020 when the former governor Akeredolu and now the present governor Aiyedatiwa took the oath of office now to saddle the affairs and the responsibility of Ondo State in the next 4 years. So this administration started in the year 2020, but quite unfortunately that the baton is changing now, and now we're having another leader on board now that will not complete the administration that started in year 2020. Because for now we still have the executive council intact in place. But for now, I think the power now has been given to Mr. Governor now, and he can do and undo under the law. But I think what people of Ondo State are expecting from him now, because I listened to people when they were congratulating him and in other hand try to show their sympathy or try to condole with the family of Akeredolu. They're telling him that he needs to sustain the legacy of the former governor. And I think when Mr. Governor, when they visited the home of the former governor in Ibadan, he reiterated the commitment that he will sustain the legacies of Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu. When we can apparently say that this is a new dawn in Ondo State, because it's possible for you to have a vehicle, but when you have a true drivers, Angela, you know, the way the driver will drive the vehicle will be quite different with the way this driver will drive the vehicle. But what people of Ondo State are expecting from from Mr. Governor, I don't want to say no, from Mr. Governor, is that at least they should continue on this trajectory. And don't forget that, Angela, last year it was Mr. Governor being under acting governor that presented a 2024 appropriation bill to the State House of Assembly. You said now when he was presenting the bill, he made mention that I think he christened the 2024 budget economic resiliency, if I can get it right now. No, I mean, he made mention that they will do more with infrastructural development. And when you look at the budget now, the recurrent expenditure and the capital expenditure, you see that we spend more on capital expenditure. So we made mention that it will build on the legacy of the former governor Odunayo Akeredolu. But and again, Angela, there's something we must not shy away from, because this year in Ondo State now, you know, we'll be having our governorship election in Ondo State, and we'll be hearing, even though he's here to come out official to declare that he will be run, but we'll be hearing that even he himself, Mr. Governor, will also have interest now to become the next governor of Ondo State. But by and large, what happened last year, quite unfortunate, and once again, I pray for the family of Akeredolu that God will grant them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss.
Now, this brings me to my question. You made mention of quite some facts that really interest me. Now, there is a lot of anticipation, optimism among the citizens of Ondo. Now, most of them feels like this is a new dawn. But you made mention of something that this is an administration that started year 2020.
Exactly.
So it's still like we are piloting the same boat.
Exactly.
And the present Mr. Governor said he's going to sustain the legacy. Now, talking about most people on the street, they feel like, okay, the administration of the former governor was not really up to par, because they felt like maybe the health and some other situations didn't make things work.
Exactly.
Now, is a new dawn, as they believe. Now, I want to understand, what are the things that they feel is coming from Aiyedatiwa that is going to be as a new dawn? Is antecedent, what has it done that makes people feel like, okay, it's a breath of a fresh dawn that is going to change the narrative of Ondo State?
Well, Micheal, I agree with you. From 2016 to 2020, during the first tenure of Mr. Former Governor Akeredolu, him and Agbo Lajayi, we saw what he did then. But during the second tenure, when coming to office, it was like the vehicle slowed a little bit down because of his EU edge. You know, there was a time he was away for some months. We did not see. As a matter of fact, at that time, he transmitted power to his deputy then, now the governor of Ondo State. So during the second tenure of Arakuni, when he was alive, you know, we did not see much from the administration. Today, Earth, tomorrow, Earth, and so on and so forth. But when people are talking about the new dawn, you understand that in this situation, we have no option because the deputy have to come on board, whether we like it, because that's what the law said, that if anything should happen to the governor of a state, whether by the way of death, resigning from office, removal from office, impeachment, automatically the deputy will have to come on board. Now we're having the deputy on board now. And there's something that is very common in Nigeria. I could remember when Jonathan also assumed office in 2010 May, when Yadwa died. You know, at that particular time, he put a lot of things into action. People were like, no, assuming that it was like the Messiah has come and so on and so forth. But I think we are yet to see much now from the Mr. Governor now, because he just assumed office. I think he's not even a month in office now, you know, and we are seeing the period of mourning the former governor of the state. But I think he keeps emphasizing on the fact that it will sustain the legacy of Mr. Governor, because when you look at when Akeredolu came on board in 2020, coming back, he made mention that he's going to focus more on infrastructural development, because that happens to be his core agenda. Because first regime, I think he focused more on you of insecurity in the southwestern region and Matekun of 18, and that's what people are using to pay that crucial tribute for him. Now that when he was alive, I think it was one that championed security for lives and property of the good people of the southwestern region under section 14 subsection 2B of the Nigerian National Code, that talks about the fundamental primary purpose of the government at all levels. So I think when it came about in 2016, made mention of infrastructure development, mention of linking the rural areas to urban areas, moving Ondo State, widening the scope of infrastructure development in Ondo State, and that's what Mr. Governor now saying. I think I took time to listen to his New Year message yesterday. I'm talking about Governor Aiyedatiwa, and he repeated the same thing, that's going to be on infrastructural development, welfare for workers. Don't forget that when Akeredolu was there, I think he really tried in this aspect, payment of worker salary, pensioners, and so on and so forth. So I think that's why it's like, I will sustain the programs and the policies of his former boss in Norfolk, like that. That will make people do something, because I think we have little time now. Because if he's coming out to say, I want to design his own program now, you know, people will say that maybe he's doing that to his own personal achievement, a personal political goal. And don't forget that when he was taking the oath of office, he made mention of a particular thing that is very common when you are taking the oath of office, that taking the oath of office, you will ensure that you put the interest of your people above your personal interest. And the interest of the good people of Ondo State now is that, because in government, there must not be vacuum in government, whether we like it or not. And the interest of the good people of Ondo State is that they want Ondo State that will progress. They want Ondo State that will move forward. They want Ondo State that will expand economically. And because when you look at Ondo State now, I think Ondo State is among the states with lower unemployment rate. I think we are around 7.something% unemployment rate in Nigeria. So people are looking for a way to expand the scope in such a way that this year of unemployment will be drastically reduced, more jobs for our people. How can you open our economic environment for both international and local investors, that they will come to Ondo State and invest? Then how can you move Ondo State forward in terms of maybe IGR? How can we move Ondo State forward in terms of infrastructural development? Because when you're talking about infrastructural development, in fact, when the governor, as an acting governor, when he presented the 2024 appropriation bill to the House of Assembly, he said that the bill will capture infrastructural development. And at that particular time, I was live on the radio, and I said that we're talking about infrastructure. We're not talking about infrastructure that will only beautify the state. We're talking about infrastructure that will give us more money, that will attract foreign investors, Michael, because infrastructure is of two stages. We have one that will beautify the state, make the state so pleasurable to eye. So, but we're talking about infrastructure that will attract people, investors, to Ondo State, because Ondo State as well is one of the states that we're talking about civil service state, because we don't have more companies in Ondo State, we don't have more industrialists in Ondo State. So we're talking about infrastructure that will open the economic environment in Ondo State, so that at least in Ondo State now we have more companies, we have more people establishing their companies here in the state. So that's the kind of infrastructure that we need in Ondo State. And we need more infrastructure that will need more rural areas to urban areas, because that's one of the problems we are facing now. When we go to most of our rural areas, you see that they are still having bad road network. So when you can channel that road, when we have good infrastructure, and again, those things normally reduce food prices in the market, because when the farmers, when they have good roads to transport their goods from their various farms down to the urban area, that one will automatically reduce the food prices in the market. So these are the kind of infrastructure that people are expecting from the governor of Ondo State, look at it, so in such a way that by the time we'll be leaving this administration, then we'll be able to point at something that when we're there, we do this, we do that, we do that for progress. So Ondo State people, they want Ondo State that will progress, especially economically, because we are yet to in fact, when you look at what happened in year 2023 now, we're talking about first subsidy removal. Some people are still in the pace of first subsidy removal. So government need to come up with a strong policy and program that will mitigate the effect in the year 2024. If first, I listen to you guys when you're talking about some people pray their way to year 2024. That's why I prayed my way to year 2024, because what I experienced in year 2023, I don't want to experience such again. And much lies in the hands of our governors,
exactly,
our government.
Exactly. Now, we want to believe, as the present governor has said, that it's going to maintain the legacy of the deceased governor. Now, if we want to understand legacy, it also brings back to technocrats, people that are in your cabinet, that you did work with.
Exactly.
But right now we are seeing exodus of them. They are leaving. I want to understand, if the legacy is to be sustained, and these people were part of the legacy, so why are they leaving?
Now, when you look at those who have left, I think there's only one commissioner or two commissioners that have left. Those I know commissioner for work, infrastructure. I know Ryan. I know he has left. But most people who have left now, they are special advisors, and that one is because under our law, I think under section 1 and 3, if I get that one correct now, it talks about that the governor of a state shall appoint special advisors, and the number of advisors is within the prerogative of Mr. Governor. A governor can appoint 200 special advisors. And furthermore, when you go deep under section 1 and 3, now, if I'm right on that particular section now, he said that by the time your principal, that is the governor, cease to be in the office, automatically your appointment terminated. So that's why he says they are leaving office. I think the chief press secretary, he has left. The photographer to former governor resigned. People, special duties, union matters, they left. Because that's what the law said, that when the one who appointed you into office, when he ceased to hold that particular office, you as a special advisor, automatically your tenure will cease in office. Even though we are yet to see Mr. Governor say that they should go, but they are voluntarily now that, and I took time to read most of their resignation letters. They are saying that they are due to their loyalty, because due to their loyalty to the former governor, that I think they deem it fit now to just to honor him, because it was one that. So that one is not new.
Don't you feel that statement? When you come into government,
exactly,
you are a public servant. You are coming to serve the people. I want to understand, in politics, I understand the place of loyalty is a very wonderful one. That is a good thing that we need to understand. But you, as a public servant, you were brought in to help the state. Now, for loyalty's sake, you are leaving. Is that not a question that we are supposed to look into?
No, we can't look, because Micheal, there's very between when you have a political
especially also having in mind that the present governor has not told them to leave.
Micheal, there's very between when you have a political appointment and when you have or when you are elected. You see now, when you are being appointed to office, you are loyal to the person that appointed you. You are different from when you go to the poll and you allow people to vote for you. That one is quite different. But when you are being appointed, your loyalty is to the person that appointed you to come and work with him for the good people of the state. So they are saying that, well, he was the one that appointed us as special advisors on this, on that, and now that is no more alive and as enshrined in the constitution, that now they want to, because they know. See, they are playing a fastest fingers. They know that whether they like it or not, the new governor may likely come with his own special advisor. Because, see, Micheal, there's one thing, that when you're a governor and when someone is a deputy, you have the power to appoint special advisors that will work with you, not with the deputy governor. No, they are working with you as a governor. You know the people that are best to you that can work with you, not people that are best to the deputy governor. And now you are in office now. It's important for you to say that people appointed by my former boss I don't believe that they can work with me. And again, when you are appointing people, in most cases, you appoint people that are loyal to you. No, you say now, people that are loyal to people that you know very well, that maybe during the political campaign, they were there for you, so on and so forth. So they've seen the light ahead. That is possible. Okay, for example now, when Mr. Governor immediately was sworn into office, he appointed his chief press secretary. He appointed his SA on new media. He appointed his official photographer. And I think he appointed was it domestic something now, 4 appointments immediately after he was sworn to office. So that one is a clear message that it's better for them now to live honorably than for them to be removed, because you know that when it's office, you don't really the same thing. When after taking over from Yadua, after the death of Yadua, you know, he reshuffled the cabinet, he brought his own people in. That was when Imani Bodo, former news agency, was brought in. That was when Ruben Abati, former assistant to the president of media, was brought in. That was when many people were brought into office. So they've seen the light ahead that he will also bring his own people that we advise him. Because they've advised, they've done their part, they've advised the former governor when he was alive. So he also will need to bring people on board that we advise. So it's better for them now to leave, so that in their documents they have what we call the view of that they were resigned when they were there, rather than they were removed from office. So I think all what is playing out is a kind of politics. It's elementary politics that everybody understands very well. That the governor, you see that after morning Mr. Governor, no, we are seeing the money. After morning Mr. Governor, you see more appointments from the Mr. Governor. In fact, we have more commissioners that will still go. You see now. So all those things now, they are all political appointees. And the person that appointed you, when he's no more there, then you have to leave, because the person that is on board now, you have to appoint his own set of people that will work with him. Because if this thing is not, if this thing is a game like that, Mr. Governor does not need to appoint a new chief press secretary. He's supposed to be using the chief press secretary used by Akeredolu. But he appointed, and that's one thing about politics, Michael. When you are there, you put your people on board. So to me, I don't see it as new thing. It's something that is common in our political terrain. So I see project more people to leave this government so that other people will come aboard. And we can't wish away the political imbroglios and intrigues that happened when Mr. Governor was last year, before the death of Mr. Governor, talking about the removal of Mr. Deputy Governor and so on. So people had to head. In fact, it got to a point people were talking about that the cabinet was divided then, that some people were loyal to Mr. Governor, that some people were loyal to Mr. Deputy Governor as at then. So now the Deputy Governor then now is not the governor of the state now. So you expect some people now to voluntarily just take their leave and leave the cabinet and allow some people to come in. And that's why the appointment is quite different from when you are in elective office. As for assembly members, they are there whether Mr. Governor is alive or not, because they were elected by people. They were not appointed. Nobody appointed them to be the lawmaker. But that's why some people today now, they tell you that they can't take any political appointment. Because they know that if anything should happen to the person that appointed them, automatically they are out of force. But what people are saying is that whether Mr. Governor will bring new ends, whether I will sustain the ends that are there already, what matters most to people of this side, we want Ondo State that will move forward. We want a progressive Ondo State. We want Ondo State that people can be made proud anywhere we are across the world that know, and from the Sunshine State and from Ondo State. And again, this morning, yesterday, when Mr. Governor was talking about New Year message, I think he signed a note of warning that the election is coming, that no politician, no political party must cause violence in the state, because we know that at this particular year in Ondo State, it's another critical moment for us in Ondo State to decide who becomes the next governor of the state. And we know a lot of things that will show. You expect someone, I'm not confirming you, but you expect someone who has an interest now, you know, to be the template for himself. I won't go beyond that, to be the template. And in building a template, you need some foot soldiers.
Exactly my point. I was going there. So given the fact that he has a very short period of time to rule before the elections, and the fact that some people tend to say he has enemies due to the political crisis that happened just before his assumption into office. And then again, we have him also going in the interest of the former governor trying to keep up with his space, according to what he's already said. How much is he going to, or how much do you think he's going to achieve before the elections to be able to prove himself worth being a candidate to be voted for?
I think he said that he want to sustain the legacy of the former governor. And one of the legacies of the former governor that nobody can forget in Aori is the issue of speaking the truth to power. You know, when Akeredolu was alive, he did not play party politics over the interests of his people. We saw the issue of Amatekun that almost caused clash between him and the former president Muhammadu Buhari. In fact, between him and Malami, the former attorney general of the federation, they are both lawyers, senior advocate of Nigeria. So Akeredolu prioritized the interests of the good people. I'm not saying that he did 100%. No, as human being, Angela, nobody can. In fact, I've said it here that if you are a governor of your state, Angela, build roads from state capital to all homes in your state. We see some people that will tell you that the bridge you build to the house is not strong. You understand? So nobody, as human being, nobody can satisfy everybody. You understand now? So that one is there. But at least we can be talking about one or two things that Akeredolu did when he was there. This issue of speaking truth to power. Akeredolu fought for the lives and the property of the good people of Ondo State when he was around, even in the southwestern region. Apart from, I'm talking about the legacy that this particular governor can build in such a way that people will put trust in him that no, if we should have you on board, at least you will prioritize our interests. What citizens, Angela, are yearning for is they are looking for a leader. They are looking for a government that will prioritize their interests, not leader that will keep saying that we are feeling your pains. You know, it's very common in Nigeria. When something happens, our leader will comment that we are feeling your pains. What you are passing through, we are passing through as well. But we don't see that translating into a kind of assurance or a kind of physical project from the government that truly these people are feeling our pains. So what people of Ondo State are saying that the way Governor Akeredolu fought for the people of Ondo State, the way he was vocal when he was around, I could remember during the year of Cash Crunch. He was part of the governor. You know, we have three governors there. We have former governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, outgoing governor of Kogi State, Yabelu, and the former governor of Zamfara State, Matawali. You know, they were the three governors that took the CBN and federal government under Buhari to court on the issue of redesigning Naira note. And other governors like Akeredolu joined them on the issue of tax. Angela, Akeredolu led its voice that no, on the issue of VAT. He led its voice that no, government should be the one retaining VAT in Nigeria. On the issue of zoning the presidency, should we retain in the other part of the country after the 8 years of President Muhammadu, former President Muhammadu Buhari, or should we come to the southern region? He was the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum. They held a meeting in Asaba that was tagged Asaba Declaration, and he vehemently said that presidency must come to the south, whether to southwest, southeast, or south. So Akeredolu was there at that particular time. When former President Muhammadu Buhari, when he granted firearms to some vigilantes in the north, Akeredolu raised the alarm that what happened that you did not grant Amatekun in the southwest the same firearm, and you want to grant people in the north firearm. So those are the things, and those are the ways that Akeredolu fought for the people of Ondo State. When you look at the tribute, Angela, that people were paying to Akeredolu, all these things are there, that he was vocal. He fought for his people. He defended his people. He did this, he did that. So I'm believing that if truly Mr. Governor want to sustain the legacy, that will prove to the people of Ondo State that no, if we vote this man into office, he will defend us. Now you need to understand how Akeredolu fought for the people of Ondo State, and he must always put the interest of the people above his personal interest. I'm not saying that like I said, nobody's 100% in the whole world, but at least if it is one particular thing you want to hold on. I think we have some people that say that in the area of this Akeredolu did not do well, in the area of that it did not do well. That one is normal. But people are saying that in this area of security, he fought for us. In this area of this, he fought for us. So Mr. Governor truly want to build on the legacies of the former governor of his former boss. He need to prioritize, put the interests of your people at the forefront. When fight for the people the way you're supposed to fight for them. Don't I keep saying it, and that was why I faulted the speaker here that under section 1, loyalty should come first, should come second, but the provision of the law, constitution should come first. So Mr. Governor of Ondo State should put the constitution first before anything. So prioritize the people of Ondo State, work for them, and let them see the work you are doing. Don't say that you are working and people cannot point to one or two things you are doing. Where people should criticize you, take the criticism, readjust, do this, and let your government be transparent and be media friendly. When your government is media friendly, you say that they the one that will be projecting your image to the people of. So that the things that he needs to do to let people believe in him, that if we have this man on board, he will be able to do better than what his former boss did for us in Ondo State.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been an interesting program having you.
Thank you.
And I think if he is listening, he should have
Yes,
picked one or
yes,
two
I got
points
it.
and make do of it. Oh, thank you once again, and
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Especially.
Anyways, to our audience, thank you once again for always coming back to Daybreak Africa, and this is where we'll be drawing the curtain for this episode from our station here in Ondo City, and we'll be handing you over to our Lagos station. But before then, let's remember to always stay positive. This is 2024. However, the elections are not yet over. We still have some elections this year. Let's put our heart to faith and hope that everything turns out well at the end. I remain Angela Daku.
And I will say stay blessed and productive. I remain Micheal Obagiri.